Well, I'm going to assume that for everyone here, this is not the first time you've heard words from the Bible, or read the Bible, or heard a teaching, right? Many people have been studying the Bible for many years. Obviously, there are some people who are also new at it. But even if you've read just one verse, or maybe somebody has told you something about the Bible and you've learned something really cool, or you've studied it for years and you know lots and lots and lots of really cool stuff, some things that are really powerful. Now that you know all this great info, what are you doing with it? What do you do? You know, the more you know about the Word, the more you're responsible for. And with great power comes great responsibility. Many of you know that that is a quote from the Marvel Comics character Uncle Ben from The Amazing Spider-Man. I've always been a fan of superheroes. I love superheroes. Never been a big comic book reader, but I do like superheroes. And this quote, with great power comes great responsibility, are very wise words. It is very true, and it applies very much to the Bible and to what God teaches us. You know, it was great advice when it was given to and applied to young Peter Parker being a superhero. You know, it also applies really well to government leaders, to corporate management, to your boss at work, and yes, even to a Christian, a born-again Christian, endued with power from on high, meaning having the gift of Holy Spirit. I'm going to make a very bold claim here. According to Jesus Christ, you might want to write this down, every born-again Christian has the potential to be a real-life superhero. Was Jesus a superhero? Heck yeah, he was. He's one of the greatest ones of all. That guy went around healing the sick, raising people from the dead, feeding the hungry, doing all kinds of cool miracles with superpowers that everyone marveled at. He even gave all the religious leaders the finger, metaphorically speaking, and maybe literally for all I know. He went around doing what he wanted, whenever he wanted, and said anything he wanted to anyone, anytime, anywhere, any place. That guy had no fear whatsoever. Confrontations, no problem. Everybody hungry? Need to feed the masses with a couple fishes and a couple loaves of bread? No problem. Jesus had it covered. In the Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 12, Jesus said, "He that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father." Basically, he's saying, if I can do all this superhero stuff, you believe on me, so can you. So if that's true, and I believe that it is, then that means that we can perform supernatural feats of inhuman strength and all kinds of wonderful things, just like Jesus did, with no fear and with the same level of boldness and conviction in our hearts. We can heal the sick. We can bring the dead back to life. That's what Jesus said. You know, a lot of people are going to disagree with me here and go, oh, yeah, right. Well, either you believe the word or you don't. Personally, I choose to believe the word. All of them, not just a few. I believe all of them. We can do what Jesus did. We can access knowledge and wisdom of the ages unknown to mere mortals, just like Jesus knew what the thoughts of people's hearts were. We can control the weather. Jesus stood on the bow of a boat and told the storm, "Be still," and it was. We can walk on water, just like Jesus did, when needed. We can turn water into wine. We can multiply a few morsels of food into an amount large enough to feed a large multitude of people, thousands of people, and still have 12 baskets of leftovers. And the list goes on. You could read the Gospels and see what Jesus did and know that since he said, "The works that I do shall you do also," everything that he did in the Gospels, you can do. And greater. Not only did he say, you can do what I do equally, he's saying, you can do what I did, but even more and better. If we believe. It's where it all hinges on. Why are there no modern miracles or very few? Because the believing's not there. We need to rise to that believing. But it's not of ourselves that we can do all this stuff that Jesus did. It wasn't of Jesus that he could do all these things that he did. We all have a very rich, very powerful, very smart, and very famous benefactor that gives us all of our power and our authority to do all these superhero feats of marvel and wonder.